Hey folks, welcome back. And so like that, Joe Biden has been elected the next president of the United States for the next 4 years. What does that mean? First thing come to mind for investing in the stock market is my guy over here, that guy over there, Elon Musk. So guys, today's video is gonna be about Tesla, what the Toyota CEO said, and the future with Joe Biden as president-elect of the United States of America in the next 4 years. As you could see, they just reported out he won popular vote, and he also won Pennsylvania and Nevada, which automatically give him the 279 electoral vote count, making him the president of the United States starting in January next year. One of the things that I wanted to show you guys is what this guy, the Toyota president, said about Tesla. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think this is just plain and simple stupidity, and it's like a little girl whining, trying to call attention for the younger brother being smarter. Okay, not saying that Toyota and Tesla have anything to do with each other, but here's the thing: this guy just said that Tesla has not created a real business in the real world yet. Real world. In my opinion, folks, I think this is interesting, and we need to see this. Okay, so this guy on Friday, he said that the Toyota expects to sell around 7.5 million vehicles, and they're gonna pretty much get a operating profit of 1.3 trillion and about 12.6 billion. That's pretty much in dollars, right? 1.2 trillion yen, 12.6 and all. But here's the thing. I mean, I don't think this guy gets it yet. I mean, I don't think any company gets it. I think, yes, Toyota, yeah, I mean, their market caps, or Tesla market cap is higher than Toyota, but folks, Tesla is about this, okay? And I'm gonna jump into the battery day technology that they portrayed in there. Forget about Tesla selling cars. My take on Tesla is not a car company. It will not be a car company. From here in 100 years, these guys are gonna be the next Apple. But when I say they're gonna be the next Apple, they're gonna be a spider web of renewables energy, and pretty much they're gonna have a take on anything. They're gonna have a take on renewable energy for wind. They're gonna have a take on batteries. They're gonna have a take on transportation, autonomous driving, space. It's a lot of stuff. So they have so far 4 elemental businesses. They pretty much have what they call their solar business, which is pretty much the main one of the businesses that they pretty much show in here, and they have the energy business, right? So that's their solar business, that's the energy business, which is pretty important because it starts there. Then they have their driving vehicle business with vehicle software, battery and powertrain, and autopilot, the full self-driving capability. And I think, folks, that it just doesn't stop there. Let's just look at the battery day presentation, because a lot of people talked about it, but it was so technical that I'm just gonna tell you what's important for you here to understand. A Tesla right now, the cheapest Tesla you can get, if you get a lease, is around $45,000, roughly there. And in all honesty, for a car like that, comparing where we started in 2018, it's a very competitive price. However, not a lot of people will be attracted to it in terms of mass buying, because it's an electric, and people wonder, oh, hey, if I buy this thing long term, is my investment on battery safe? This and that, blah, blah, blah. So what this guy reported out on Battery Day, if they accomplish this in the next 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 years, like they said, sorry, if it was days, they'd be rich. 3 years, 4 years. This is gonna be one of the best technologies that they have come up with, because this is gonna push them to the limit. And I think that no other car manufacturer will have this advantage. So they go through a lot of like, hey, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're gonna do this. This is one of the goals. We're trying to scale everything, making sure that we have a bunch of gigafactories, and then try to push this thing. So here's the thing, folks. We started, the cost of the cells, like the batteries themselves, they were too expensive 5 years ago, and this cost is going down, but it's plateauing into a point where you just find a sweet spot, and it's really hard to lower that down. As you could see, it drove dramatically down, like cutting in half in the last 5-7 years, but it's plateauing, right? But what's important in here is that their business, okay, on electric vehicle, this is their Tesla market share, it's been going up dramatically, right? And it's a correlation between this and this. The cheaper you go, obviously, the more you can produce, the better it is. Here's the thing, folks. This is automation at its finest. I said yesterday on my video about the tequila stuff. Go check it out in the link down below. The automation that they have, it's the only thing that's gonna drive them to go cheaper. Now, battery stuff. So here's their plan. They laid it out. I mean, these guys, with Biden as a president for the next, let's say, 4 to 8 years, if he gets reelected, if they get the push from the government and the incentives to actually have these vehicles in the road, like for benefiting people to buy them at a lower cost, and this technology that they portrayed in here, there's no Toyota, no GM, no BMW, no Porsche, no company, no car manufacturing company that will ever catch up to what they're doing. And you can watch millions of videos on what people think a Tesla, that the price too high. There's no way, guys. These guys have the technology. Okay, having the technology and the innovation will put you, it doesn't matter where you are in the competition line, on the market competition share. Okay, if you have a very high amount of money for R&D, you're always gonna innovate, and all your competitors are gonna be catching up to you. And I think this is what they're doing. I mean, these guys have a new cell design. They came out with a bigger battery for their cars. It's a more reliable battery. It has more energy. It's their design. They have some kind of design that they roll it over, so the electrons now have less time to travel. So it's a more efficient geometry that they have, and they simply improved it. And so these guys, what they do is they take a problem and they sit a bunch of smart people in a room, engineers, and they pretty much come up with, okay, what do I change to make it better? What do I have to do to make it cheaper? And how reliable is this going to be? That's it. You just need the right people to think on these problems from the basis, from the ground up. And this is what they're doing. They're coming up from an 1865 geometry to a 2170 geometry. It's all 50% more the energy on this. And so they pretty much have more capacity, more improvement. They go through this and they say, okay, the new cell is going to be awesome. It's this geometry here. The 8046 is the new one right now. It's even bigger than the one they had before, right? This is the latest one than to 2017, but this is like double that. It's 5 times the energy. It's 6 times the power, and it obviously gives you more range. So this is how they're doing it. Now the factory, how they're gonna make them. They show you how they're gonna make them. They elect the winding, they assemble it for them, and this is the how they're pretty much doing this whole the whole process. They're telling you what they're gonna do. So there's no other company that's doing this. I mean, these guys are going through what they're doing and how they're doing this, how they're transforming the business of batteries. They're making their own materials. They're getting their own silicon. They're getting their own factories. They're going to produce this thing so that they can drive the cost down. I mean, you never see a car manufacturer do this. This is like materials engineering right here. This is like, what are they doing? They probably took it from their design reviews and they show it to people. It's like, hey, here it is. I mean, this is what we're doing. And so this, folks, it's what's causing these other people to actually go have their R&D department download this and then say, oh, what do we do to catch up? How do we do this to catch up with them? This is their business. This is the future. And honestly, this is how you do it. This is another one, right? These guys are improving the way they integrate the vehicle so that they can produce the least amount of parts, so they assemble faster, their cost goes down, and then they can actually compete, because then they can drive the cost down dramatically. And this is why this is a 49%, right? Because this is most of the expenses here. They're making the machines that design the machine. Not only do they make a market niche for them, because they probably have, you know, a machine that's proprietary to them, and then they have an agreement, they cannot share that with other vendors. This is what the future is going to be. They're making their own machines, so they can actually do this castings for the frame of the chassis even better. This is what they showed. It's just a single pour, and then they just take it out and done with it. This is the same thing what they're doing with the batteries. They're packing them up as part of the chassis. They're integrating less parts, better, lighter. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what the heck this Toyota guy is talking about. Tesla will continue to do what they do in silent, and they will show the people and their competitors that they are going to be ahead of everybody. And so folks, I mean, when I show you these pictures yesterday, I mean, this is what Tesla is about, right? They are creating huge factories because they know this is the future. Nobody will put money on things that are not in the future, and this is the future. Fossil fuels are a thing of the past. I mean, I think I don't know how to say it, but I probably won't be alive to see the whole transition, and it takes years. But we've been transitioning since 2000 when he created this Tesla model, the Model S, the first one, not even the one that came into production in 2015, but the first one that he ever did to prove a concept. And here we are. He's building these things, and so folks, I don't know what to say about this. That Tesla has not created a real business in the real world yet. I think they do have a business, but it's a much bigger business than what these guys think it is. Yes, Toyota sells more cars, but they're conventional cars. They're like combustion engine. There's nothing special about them. They're reliable and all that, but they're mass producing them. They're not pushing the envelope. They're not pushing the boundaries, and Tesla's gonna catch up. So just think about it. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and make sure you support us. Like I said, I'm always going to be looking at these problems from an engineering standpoint, and I'm always going to give you my opinion. It's just the things I read that just bug me, and it's just not right. So I'm long Tesla. I have a lot of Tesla shares, and in my opinion, in 20 years, this is probably going to be a $1 trillion market cap company. So I think that folks, just hold on. Biden just won the election. This is good for Tesla, and we'll see you later.